Welcome to the ANY Video Show, the place and platform for independent creators. I'm your host, Kenny Keymoore. So if you're new to the show and want to know why it's called the ANY Video Show, it's because you have to be ready in any key at any time in order to keep up with singers. This is a choir music episode. My guest and his choir have a hot new single out. But before we start the show, would you do two things for me? First, go like and subscribe to the Minds of Creativity Facebook page and YouTube channel so you can check out the rest of the content and get alerts when new shows are available. Second, connect with me on social media at Coach_ANY KENY on Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse, and Instagram. So you can follow the show and keep up with the rest of the stuff I'm doing. All right, my guest is ready. I'm ready. Let's start the show. So before my guest comes on to talk about his new single, let's watch a clip of their video to check it out. Here's Kenny Lewis and One Voice featuring Kim Burrell with Call His Name on the ANY Video Show.
1, 2, 3. Listen, you've been worrying. Worrying how you gonna make it.
Worrying how you gonna make it from day to week to month to year.
All you gotta do is
Call on Jesus.
you've been crying, pushing through your pain.
Pushing through your pain, trying to make it to your purpose. Don't give up. Just
Call on Jesus.
call on Jesus.
Many nights you've been stressing,
Don't give up. Just
call on Jesus.
call on Jesus.
Yes, sir. You've been worrying how you gonna make it.
Worrying how you gonna make it from day to week to month to year.
All you gotta do is call.
Call on Jesus.
Let me encourage you. Be not dismayed. Oh, no. Oh, you know, whatever betide.
Now joining me is Kenny Lewis. He's a singer, songwriter, and producer out of the Chicago area. He also has his own label, Pure Sounds Music Group, that he's released his choir's music under. You just saw his new single. Now let's bring him on to talk about it. Kenny.
Yo.
What up, man? Welcome to the show. Thanks for being on. How you doing?
Thank you, man. Thank you for having me. I'm doing good.
Oh, it's my pleasure. So listen, I'm going to start this off a little different.
Okay.
So you're from the Chicago area, right?
That's correct.
So talk about how big house music is in Chicago, and have you ever thought of incorporating that style into your music?
To be honest, that's above my pay grade. I'm not a house head, but it's constant house stuff that happens in Chicago. Big picnics, parades, stuff like that. So it's not really my thing, but I know it's very big in Chicago.
Yeah, and so the reason I asked is because I was born in the Bronx, but I grew up in Hillside, New Jersey. Shout out to Hillside.
Okay.
And then Jersey house music is huge.
Really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. Follow me.
Yeah.
Like that's going to get everybody out there. But anyway, let me not derail the conversation. So let's talk about. Oh, here's another tough one. I'm letting you know up front. Give me your top 5 Chicago choirs of all time.
Chicago choirs. Milton Bronson and Thompson Community Choir. Ricky Dillard, New Generation. Top. We have Chicago Mass, of course. You got to incorporate them. It's so many choirs, though, man.
Right, that's why I said it's a tough one.
Yeah, I don't think it's as many. Well, I know there's not as many as it used to be, but there's still a lot of choirs, man. I can't rate them like that. I can say
I
my
think you
my
gave me 4. What was that,
say
4
it
you gave
again.
me? You gave me 4?
Yeah, Kenny Lewis one voice.
There you
I mean,
go. There it is. Hey, look here. I already told you got one. We just played the video. I told you got a
yeah,
smash here, so you got a right to put yourself in here.
I got you.
So listen, tell me what's the backstory on how your choir was formed and how you chose the name One Voice.
Well, the choir was formed in '99, so we just made in January. So we just made 25 years old.
Wow,
Um,
congratulations.
oh, thank you, man. So I had no intention on really starting the choir because I grew up with the Winans, listening to Andre Crouch and the Whitfield Company. So I really had no desire until, God really started giving me these songs to write. And it was choir motivated. Um, but the name itself, Kenny Lewis in One Voice, my goal was always that you not just hear sopranos, tenors, and altos, but through our music, you hear the voice of the Lord, which is also
Wow,
one voice, that voice. Yeah.
that's great. I love that.
Yes, sir.
Good stuff. So this is your second collaboration with the great Kim Burrell.
Yeah.
So tell me how you guys connected.
The truth to the matter is we're friends now, and we've been friends about since 2019 now. But Kim and I, we had shared some stages in years past, but we still never knew each other. Kim saw a clip of me on my last project, Undefeated, and hit me in my DM.
Didn't I do the
I
same
know,
thing
say it
to bring
again.
you on the I did the same thing to bring you on the audio
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah.
Yeah.
She saw me directing the song Undefeated it was a single off my last project. And she wanted me to come on her Facebook show.
I
And
saw that.
so,
Yeah.
yeah, so I've been on there now. Well, I came when the single came out, I came back, and then we've done a show together for this single. So it organically happened. She saw me performing on Instagram and hit me in my DM.
The power of social media. I say it all the
I know,
time.
right? Yeah.
Yeah. So let's get into the single. So we talked about this backstage, man. You merged 2 songs into one with a hymn version and a choir version.
Mhm.
Like, what was you thinking, man? How'd you come up with that idea? How'd the song
Well,
come together on the production side?
yeah. Well, I wanted to, that was the idea all the time to put a hymn at the top of the song. So I hit
Yeah.
my manager. I'm like, yo, find out if I can't even remember what the song is now, if it's public domain or who wrote it. Man, about 2:30, 3 o'clock the next morning, I woke up and man, God just gave it to me. I reached over, grabbed my phone, and I sung it into my phone.
Yeah.
Went back to sleep, text him late on that day and like, don't worry about it, I got it. So Kim hadn't consented to do the song yet. So when I hit, I'm like, yo, if you say no, I won't be offended because we just did Victory Remix. But
Hmm.
I got this other vibe that I know will fit perfect for your voice. Woo, woo, woo. And she's like, I'm down. So once she consented to do it, man, I just started kind of tailoring it more to what key I thought was best.
Hmm.
Um, and showcasing the band, the singers, and a lot of her strengths at the same time.
Got you. So talk about that, the band, because you always, so from the last project, the Undefeated project, that Ayron Lewis, man, is this another one of his creations?
He co-produced with me
I
on this
should
one
have
too.
known that dude, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, so y'all have really like locked in and become like a serious team.
We have, man, it's crazy. And both of our names are Lewis, last name. But Aaron understands music and vocals. Vocals is what I'm heavy on,
Hmm.
background vocals and different
Right.
vocal techniques and tones, but I understand music too. So us merging, man, it's been crazy. Like and we have all kind of musicians and producers in Chicago, but I just felt like what I needed, he had, and that we could, you know, possibly make some magic in this music game.
Sure. And the chemistry, even from the last project, you had at least, and you had at least three. Like my three favorites, just right off the top of my head.
Uh,
What a Mighty God with Michael Lampkin. My God, shout out Michael Lampkin.
yeah.
And then Michelle Andrews, the one you said you said you got on her early. You was on her early.
Not Michelle.
Not
Tiffany
Michelle,
Andrews.
Tiffany. I'm terrible with names.
Yeah,
Apologies,
yeah,
Tiffany.
yeah.
She's
I
a
did.
Jersey
I
girl
got on
too,
her
so I don't
early
want to get in trouble.
while she was in on or Sunday
Sunday,
Best.
yeah.
Yeah, it hadn't even got down to top 3, but I knew. So yeah, we got on her pretty early. But
For
thank you,
sure.
man. I appreciate that.
No, man. I that's what this show is about. You know, I call it the place and platform for independent creatives. And so
Hmm.
when I see people that are putting out quality music, I'll just reach out to them and bring them on so we can talk about it. That's really
Yeah,
just the gist of the show.
my dude.
Yeah, yes, sir. So is there another full project on deck for you in the choir?
Yeah, man. What you saw, that all happened in June of 2023. It was a live recording, so we recorded 10 songs that night. That's just a
Okay,
single from the forthcoming project, and all of the songs have a video, a live video for it.
awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
So it'll drop this summer.
Okay. And so is there plans in terms of with the video content? Are you going to just basically drop a visual with each one of the singles that you select?
Yeah, but each song has their own video, and I did that the last project. Like the 3 you just named, they have their own video from that night because I wanted the people to feel like they were like they were there and they could be involved
Got it.
um, in what actually took place that night. But
Okay.
yeah,
Okay.
each song will have a video.
And do you guys have a YouTube channel or
Yep,
where people can check you
Kenny
out?
Lewis, one voice. Yep.
Okay. All right. So listen, man, this was so like I said, you got something serious. When can so as we get ready to wrap up, when can people expect the full project to actually be released?
Yeah, full project will be released this summer. There isn't a date set 100%, but definitely this summer. We're working on things behind the scenes, like some
Sure.
tours this summer.
Sure. Okay.
Hopefully, we'll be able to meet face to face, man, on the
Yeah,
East
man.
Coast.
You guys ever in
Yeah,
Jacksonville, you gotta hit me up.
yeah,
I'm in
for sure.
Jacksonville, Florida. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So it's a lot of things. The single really took off. I mean, we just made 3 weeks, but it really took off. Things that would take like 6 to 9 months, with especially like radio and stuff. It was added the first week of
Wow.
radio,
Wow.
XM. They just added it. Any clips that I put out, the first clip I put out, just a snippet. It was like in 3 days, 2 days, it was like over 500,000 views.
Amazing.
So God has really just been blessing us with the single, man. I'm appreciative that people would embrace my music. I don't like to just put out anything,
Sure.
because I think you can't fool your audience or your core people that support you just throwing them something. So I do my best to keep moving, keep striving, not be content, and keep trying to expand this thing.
So, considering the fact that you're in the choir, you guys have 25 years in, and I'm sure there's been fits and starts and ups and downs. How gratifying is it to have this single take off so fast?
Man, it's very gratifying. I had my first #1 on my last project, and that was great. I think that to still be current after 25 years, man, and people still embrace me and embrace my sound, I'm absolutely grateful. But this is the first time that a single has rolled out and been this big, this fast, so I try to really be led. I know it may sound cliche, but I really try to be led by God and not what industry or
Yeah,
people say I
for
should do.
sure, for sure.
Put out this kind of music because they think I should put out this or that. How he gives it to me, that's what I'm gonna release, man. And I can only be me. I had to learn that um later on in my career because I would put out stuff that I thought was hot for the time. You know what I
Mm,
mean?
mhm.
But I can only be me, and I can only be the best me and best version of me that I can be. So whenever you hear Kenny Lewis music, it's straight from the heart.
Well, I think that's why your music is doing what it's doing now, because it's coming from the heart. You're seeking God about it. And so he's just putting his hand on it and showing you his blessings and favor. You know what I mean?
He has, man, 100%.
Yeah, you follow his way, you can't go wrong.
Yeah, I believe that.
So so when I know you said there's plans for a tour, plans for a full project. What's next for Pure Sounds Music Group? I know you have you got the choir on it. Is there plans for expansion with that?
Absolutely, man. There are some people that I believe in that I feel like people never gave me that opportunity. In the beginning of my career, there's some people that I believe in that have exceptional talent. And I think the world needs to hear them. So I want to filter them through my label. Um, it's independent, but we have national distribution through Symphonic. Not to name drop, but a lot of urban people use Symphonic for distribution, like Snoop Dogg,
Okay,
Jermaine Dupri. A lot of them
awesome.
use
Yeah, yeah.
Symphonic. Yeah.
So
So
that's a big connect
yeah. So it's a numbers game, how your numbers look, depending upon how they'll, embrace you.
Mhm.
However, man, I don't know how long I'm gonna be on the stage still, performing or whatever. So I want to give someone else that opportunity and filter other artists through the label to keep it going.
Oh, that sounds good. And I think you hit on an important thing is that 25 years in, you have to start to know when it's time to transition, and also as you transition, you still want to create a platform so somebody can like stand on your shoulders. You know what I mean?
Yeah. My ultimate goal is to produce like I'm doing, to continue to write. I love, being on the stage and ministering, but I don't know realistically, there's no time like I'm saying, I'm gonna be off
Sure.
stage
No,
tomorrow.
right, right, right.
But life be lifing,
Life be life.
and life be lifing, bro. So I just want to keep putting out and have a plan in place. A lot of times we don't properly plan, and so we fail when things happen because we haven't planned.
For sure.
So I just want to, plan and keep this gospel thing going. I love gospel music. It's in my bones. I was born into it, and as much as I can uh, add to the world of gospel music, I'll continue to do it in some form.
For sure. For sure. I think what you said is basically, and it sounds like it's going to be, hit producer Kenny Lewis instead of, you know, on the stage, coming to the stage, Kenny Lewis in one voice. Is that the
Yeah, well,
transition
that's
plan?
my hope, man. That's my hope. I try to, especially I mean, people was kind of noticing it from the projects past, but for this one, I said, man, I want people to know, hey, I can write a little bit. I've
Oh,
been
yeah.
producing for a while,
Mhm.
so people have now begun to start reaching out for songs and stuff like
Okay.
that, which was the overarching goal as well. So it's all good.
Good stuff. So and here's my last question because I don't want to keep you too long. If you will, if an artist, or of course, like I said, this show is a platform for indies. So
Okay.
if there are artists that were looking to perhaps be considered for uh, to be a part of your label, what would they need to do?
Man, go to our website. I'm a music listen to junkie. I love to listen to
Same.
music. I love to listen to underground music, stuff that people that's not on the radio, stuff that everybody's
Yeah.
not singing.
Right.
But
Right.
our website is Kenny Lewis One Voice. Um, And anything you want to learn, know, contact us. You can do it there at KennyLewis1voice.com.
Okay. Also, shout out your social media information. So if people want to connect with you there, they could do that.
Yes, sir. Instagram is Kenny Lewis OV. O as in one, V as in Victor. Kenny Lewis OV. Everything else, Twitter, Facebook, everything else is Kenny Lewis and One Voice.
All right. So listen,
Yeah.
Kenny, like I said, you got one. I look forward to seeing you out there on the road.
Yes, sir.
And listen, promoters, Jacksonville, y'all better make sure there's a tour stop in Jacksonville when Kenny Lewis and One Voice is on the road. But
Thank you.
but this just came to mind, and I promise I'll let you go. Do you do the IME International? What is it? Inspirational Music Experience? Have you ever done that?
I've never even heard of it.
Okay, that's my guy, Gabe Tyus and his team. They put that
Okay.
together during Stellar's weekend.
Got
So,
you.
but I hit him
Yeah,
up.
I'm always at Stellar's every year.
Yeah, so maybe once I figure that out, because I usually cover that event for the show. I covered it last year. So once he lets me know when that is, then yeah, we could probably link up around that time.
No doubt. No doubt.
All right,
Thank
man.
you,
Listen,
man. I appreciate it.
my pleasure, man. Listen,
Yes,
the
sir.
music is always gonna have a platform on the ANY KEbnY Video Show.
Yes, sir. Thank you, man.
All right, thanks for being on.
No problem.
All right, that was Kenny Lewis. Really appreciate him giving us a few minutes of his time. And so that's going to be it for this episode of the ANY KEbnY Video Show. Again, I want to thank Kenny Lewis for joining me. If you have any questions, comments, like your brands and services to be advertised and promoted on the show, or if you want your music to be featured on the show, send an email to kanmusicpub@gmail.com. Again, that's kanmusicpub@gmail.com. Subscribe to the Minds of Creativity YouTube channel, which is a part of the All Sports, All Plays Network, so you can check out the rest of the content and so you can get the alert when new episodes are available. You can become a patron on my Patreon page. Just go to patreon.com/ANY KENY to get exclusive access to behind the scenes video and free show merchandise. Or you can order merchandise at the online store, which is ANYKENYRadioshow.threadless.com. Again, it's ANYKENYRadioshow.threadless.com. Shout out to all my patrons who have ordered merchandise. Really appreciate your support. And you can connect to me on social media at Coach_ANYKENY on Twitter, TikTok, Clubhouse, Instagram, and on my Facebook music page, ANY KEbnY Music, which is spelled capital ANY, capital KE, lowercase b, lowercase n, and capital Y. So until next time, remember, be positive on purpose. is a team of writers, composers, authors, producers, and content creators. Led by myself and Tobias Tanker Jr., we bring you the best the industry has to offer in those categories. Go to KANMcollective.com and let us bring your creative ideas to life. Keeping Alive New Music Collective is for the people, for the culture, and for the music.